We're very excited to announce details regarding this year's Greenville Hospital System USA Cycling Professional Championships. My name is Chris Aronhalt, and I'm managing partner with Medalist Sports. Would like to thank Rich Hincapie and Hincapie Sportswear for hosting today's media event. And best of luck to Big George and a successful season with Team BMC. Some people may not know this, but this is for this year's Tour de France appearance by George. He'll actually tie the record for the most Tour de France appearances. So we wish George all the luck this season. And we certainly look forward to seeing him this May as he attempts to regain the Stars and Stripes jersey for the 4th time. We're here today to announce the details surrounding the 6th annual event. As everyone is aware, this event continues to grow in national stature and significance to the Greenville community. Last year's event created an unprecedented competition and drama as 19-year-old Taylor Finney defeated Levi Leipheimer by 0.14 seconds in the time trial. And then we have Ben King, right from the start of the 110-mile road race, stayed out in front of the charging peloton as he held on to victory for the Stars and Stripes jersey. So last year was an unbelievable competition. Before I announce some of the exciting news for this year's event, I want to take a moment and reflect on the past few months and the wonderful event that will be returning to the upstate. And certainly recognize the leadership in this room, several of the individuals that are here today for being on the team of US Pro. As you may or may not know, after 5 years, USA Cycling decided to put the right to host this event out to bid nationally. Greenville, along with Medalist Sports, was in a fierce competition to earn the right to continue to host the event. A personal thank you to the city and to the county, as well as Michael Reardon of Greenville Hospital System and Lynn Harton of TD Bank for their enthusiasm and support during the bidding process. And without a doubt, USA Cycling was beyond impressed by the partnership and our ability and the tradition as it was awarded back to Greenville for 2 years. 2011 and 2012. Round of applause. One of the major announcements here today is a major partner that we have added, which is TD Bank. We have a new national partner who's very familiar with the sport of cycling. We're very proud to announce that TD Bank has joined as a presenting sponsor for the next 2 years of the event. In addition to several community-based and entertainment platforms, TD Bank will be the presenting sponsor of the Road Race Championships. So thank you for joining the team.
First, I want to thank Hincapie Sports for letting us use this wonderful venue for the announcement today. Thank you so much for letting us be here. This is a great event in so many ways, but the thing that always impresses all of us is how this event has changed Greenville in just a few 5 years. The anticipation and expectation throughout this community for this is always just something to behold. It's changed Greenville in so many different ways, how far we've come. I think 5 years ago we didn't have the Swamp Rabbit Trail completed or even begun, I guess, except maybe in some small city section. We certainly didn't have the amount of cycling in the community we have now. We didn't have the bike lanes across the city and all the other sort of tangible benefits of events like this and the excitement that it has helped build. Because this event is in so many ways an amazingly participatory event. It's an amazing participatory sport, not just the people who participate directly, but the thousands of people throughout Greenville County who come out to watch this event every year in the neighborhoods, all up and down Paris Mountain, and of course in downtown and throughout the city. So it's just so exciting to see something where anybody can get out and enjoy it. Even if they're not riding in it, they can get out and enjoy it. And that's exactly what happens every year in Greenville, South Carolina with this event. So we are so excited and proud to have it back here. This is where it belongs. And we know, again, this is continuing to light a spark throughout this whole community in terms of getting people outside, engaging in healthy lifestyles, enjoying the cycling world, whether they're cycling, walking, or just watching it. It's a great thing to behold. Before I sit down, though, I too want to say thank you to our many presenting sponsors, the hospital system, for understanding the connection between this event and good health and its mission. Thank you so much for your steadfast support. And now with TD Bank, it's a good time to sort of relaunch the bank here in the town, and you just couldn't pick a better way to have your name and brand associated with such a great event for this location as well as the whole Southeast. So thank you very much for both of your support in all of this.
I think I told some of you all last year that as a new cyclist, it's great to be a part of this community, and it's such an appreciation for what these athletes do. I only made it over Paris Mountain one time. And it was a hard time at that, as Jeff Hart can attest, as he laughed at me as he rode right by me. But so to all the athletes, what an amazing thing. And I also think, Chris, the key word there is partnerships. It is about the amazing group of people that are in this room, the sponsors, the various governmental entities that are a part of this event. Truly, Greenville is a spectacular place, and we are absolutely the best place for this event to be. And it's because of the partnerships, the people in this room, the volunteers, and the staff behind the scenes that work so hard to make everything come off just right, from the crews who are out picking up cones, laying down cones, the police protection, everything that just comes together to make this the most spectacular event ever. And I couldn't imagine that the event would be anywhere else in this wonderful community. And so again, we are so proud from the county standpoint to be a part of it, and we appreciate the opportunity to partner. And thank you all very much for, again, stepping up to the plate to make this happen. Thanks.
So 4 quick things I want to mention. This is the 6th year we've been the sponsor. And this is my 5th year here, so a lot of smart people before me. So whether it's Robin Zimmerman or Hal Clyburn or other people from the city engage in this, but I certainly think I can see and know a good thing when it moves forward. So I've been a proud and happy sponsor ever since then. We've got a great medical community within Greenville. Stebbin Hawkins will be providing a lot of the health care. We don't anticipate many injuries, but if there is one, we've got a good group there. There will also be opportunities for us to educate wellness fairs, et cetera. So we'll bring sort of our touch or our flavor to it. What was neat last year, we have our rehab hospital, Roger C. Peace. One of the therapists, or a couple of them last year, said, gosh, what if we connected this to working with some of our disabled athletes, so the hand cycling. Started that last year. We'll continue that next year. So just broadening it, athletes of all different abilities and capabilities. And I think that, to me, last year was really inspiring in many ways, if any of you saw the race or saw some of these. And then finally, you heard what we do from a cancer standpoint in the fundraising. The fundraising that goes on here for the Peloton project for our cancer center at GHS, it really does make a difference in a lot of ways. So I'm incredibly grateful for that and for the awareness that it's an important part of what we do. So for all that, we're in. I'll ride with the mayor, and I'm fired up. Thank you.
But on behalf of TD Bank, I am honored to be a part of today's celebration. We are proud to partner with the Greenville Hospital System, University Medical Center, to support the USA Cycling Pro Championship and secure its return to the upstate for the 6th year, as Mike mentioned. As we all know, this event has become a major event for the upstate, and I know we've all been real pleased with the attention it's brought to Greenville. In addition to the many cycling enthusiasts that this event draws to downtown Greenville each year, it also draws the curious observer. I'll admit I'm not a cyclist, and probably fall in that category. But last year I took my children downtown, we watched part of the event, we played in the park, and most importantly, ate ice cream. Whatever the motivation of the spectator, it all benefits this community economically and otherwise, and that's what's important. Carolina First has a long, rich history of supporting our communities. TD Bank also has a core value of supporting the community, and now that we are part of the TD family, we remain committed to our community, measured in no small part by our support of this event. Lastly, but probably most importantly, I want to thank all of the individuals and volunteers that make this event such a success each year. I can only imagine the amount of coordination and hard work that go into planning this type of an event, but we are proud to stand with you in 2011 and look forward to seeing you Memorial Day weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, David. A few more details regarding the weekend. We will once again partner with WYFF4 in terms of live coverage, not only during the event as well as throughout the video streaming throughout the web, but then we will also produce a 1-hour show on the Versus Network, which will show that following weekend on June 4th or 5th. So we're excited with our TV package, both here locally, regionally, and nationally. The weekend schedule and format has changed. On Saturday, we will have the time trial championships again out at CU ICAR. That's Saturday, May 28th. Saturday evening, we will have an entertainment-driven, hopefully fundraising-driven event downtown in partnership with TD Bank. On Sunday, I'll reserve some of the details for Kevin Dunn and the Stars and Stripes Challenge, but Sunday, May 29th will be the fundraising challenge, the Stars and Stripes Challenge. And then on Monday will be the Road Race Championships, and that will once again be downtown. So we now have a complete 3-day weekend full of activities, really making Greenville and the upstate a destination, and much more than just a cycling event.
We're really excited to be a part of the 2011 U.S. Pro Championships for, I guess, the 6th time. And this Stars and Stripes Challenge is a concept we came up with a couple of years ago with the uniqueness of the event, of the race, and being able to get people involved and participate really unlike any other event. And the Stars and Stripes Challenge has helped us, has helped the Palmetto Peloton Project raise over $1 million in the last 5 years. $500,000 of that has gone directly to benefit the cancer research and advocacy efforts of the Greenville hospital system. So a lot of the money that we raise at this event stays local in this community, which we have and always will have a commitment to do. We do have a new partner for 2011. We're proud to announce that Amgen has come on to be a partner with us, and actually with part of the money this year will go to their Breakaway from Cancer initiative for advocacy and clinical trials efforts throughout the country. The Stars and Stripes Challenge is going to have a few changes this year. One is going to be a venue change. Our traditional setting downtown, because we have the extra day in here on Sunday, we're actually going to move the event out to Gateway Park in the county out in Travelers Rest. It's going to allow us some options to do some things we haven't done in quite a few years. We're going to add a 10-mile ride option, a 25 to 30-mile ride option, a metric century option, and the only century 100-mile ride in Greenville County. So should be some challenges out there for everybody, and the uniqueness of it, again, is this is the one part of the event that you can participate in. So whether it's a 10-mile ride, a 25-mile or 30-mile ride, or those that want to bite off the 100 miles, we'd love to have you out at Gateway Park on Sunday morning. What we're going to ask riders to do, unlike last year and before, we're going to add an additional fundraising incentive to riders this year. Each rider is going to be asked to donate $50 out of their pocket for a registration fee, and then raise a minimum of $125 to participate. We're really trying to move the fundraising and the participation level up to the level that some of the other rides nationwide have had some success with. For example, the Live Strong challenges that take place throughout the country, and also there are a couple of rides up in other parts of the country that draw 2,500 to 3,000 riders. We really want this ride to get to that level. We feel like that very few rides in the Southeast are of that magnitude and have really what we have to offer with being able to ride one day and experience the national championship of professional cycling the next day. So we realize what we have is an extremely unique opportunity, and we really need to capitalize on that. And our goal this year is to raise, to net of somewhere between $650,000 and $750,000, which, just to put it in perspective, last year, the Stars and Stripes Challenge raised $125,000. So going 4 times what we've raised in the past, I think is a pretty bold initiative. I know we have the team in place to do it, and with everybody's help in this room, I know we can actually meet and exceed that goal. A couple of unique things that we will have this year as well is any rider that raises over $2,500, we're going to institute a new program called the Stars and Stripes Experience. Probably the most unique aspect of amateur cycling that you can participate in, and what it will allow that individual to do is, if you raise that $2,500, you can actually ride the time trial course on Saturday, and then ride the downtown circuits of the road race on Sunday in between one of the big circuits. So really give an amateur rider a feeling of having that professional experience and riding in front of a very large crowd. So we're excited about some of the things we've come up with. We think this is going to really move us to the next level. More importantly, it's going to help cancer patients, whether it's on the research side of finding a cure or advancing treatment for this illness, or the Moving On program at the Greenville Hospital System, which is our oncology rehabilitation program. So, we are committed to helping these patients, beat this disease, whether it's, and then after survive this disease at a much higher level. The website's www.p3ride.org. And hopefully everybody in this room, if you don't have a bike, get one. There's a 10-mile ride. Trust me, you can be ready by May 29th. It won't be that big a deal. Just let us know how we can help you. But thank you so much for your time, and looking forward to doing this year and 2012, and then for hopefully many more years to come. Thank you.
Well, our last speaker today is the current 2010 road race champion. It's Ben King. Ben was just an unbelievable ride last year. He obviously had a strategy in mind, and he stuck to it. For those that saw him last year, it's a 110-mile race. It was a first for us. Actually, we looked at each other about what is going on here. It was really amazing, and would he stay out there the entire time? And people kept saying, no, if anyone can do it, Ben can do it. And as you remember last year, we had George and Levi and Chris Warner and an incredible field, and they didn't catch him. So Ben now, he won the Stars and Stripes jersey last year. He then walked right into an official professional contract with the Team Radio Shack, so congratulations to that. He did drive here to Greenville from Virginia this morning. Has already fallen in love with Greenville, I'm sure, and going to ask for him to say a few remarks about last year's victory as well as this year's season. So Ben King.
This race, since the beginning of my professional career, has really defined it. Obviously, last year being, the biggest result that I've had thus far. But my first year racing for Kelly Benefits in 2008, I came down here and finished 3 laps. And for me, it was exciting to come and to see the excitement that it generated downtown. And it was the most prestigious event that I'd done to that point in my career. And, the terrain is similar to home. Being from the East Coast, as Chris said, I drove down this morning with a friend of mine, Andy Guptill, who's also a local guy, and finished 9th this year in the professional championship. So the next year, I was really motivated to try and finish. I came down and raced really aggressively and spent almost the entire race in a breakaway. And on the 3rd lap, there were 4 of us going over Paris Mountain together. We got caught. I got dropped on the last time up Paris Mountain and finished 4 laps. So I'd done 3 laps, 4 laps, and last year on the start line, as far as I knew, the professional championships were going to California or somewhere else the next year. So that was my last chance, and I think I made the most of it. But and afterwards, I was thrilled to hear that it was coming back. Out there alone for 110 miles. I really got to appreciate the enthusiasm and the excitement of the fans, and that's really what fueled me to victory. Greenville's a great place for the event, and I look forward to coming back here to defend. It's really special, and it's still sinking in what this means for my career in the future. So.
And one more question for Ben, and then we'll take questions from the audience. Ben now has obviously the opportunity to be a pro rider, and one of the things about the sport of cycling, people may or may not know, but it continues to grow in terms of the event, in terms of participation, licensed riders. Ben now has a full season as half a season national champion, until you retain it. But the Amgen Tour of California, many other high-profile events, and again, what was stated before, but Memorial Day weekend, all the eyes of cycling will be here on Greenville. So maybe share a little bit about the events that are in line for Team Radio Shack and even for your personal goals this year.
Absolutely. I'm getting thrown in the deep end this year. It's going to be a huge learning experience for me, moving up to the next level. Definitely, Tour of California is an event that I hope to participate in, and I really look forward to coming back here. I know other riders are excited about coming back here. My teammate last year, Taylor Finney, who won the time trial, you know, there are a lot of young Americans coming up in the sport, and it's growing, and that's really exciting for us. One thing that was really encouraging to me after the race was something that George said to me, and he said, you know, if it's not me winning the race, I'm happy that it was a young guy. So that was a really nice thing to hear, and it was really encouraging. So.
Well, thank you. And I did show actually Ben for the first time his official Team Radio Shack National Championship jersey, which I'll allow Ben to hold.